What's up? So, live a little bit early. Usually we go live at 3 p.m. Central Time, but I was going live at 6 then tonight. So, wait for a few people to join in here. We got a few I can see so far. We're going to get started here momentarily. Let me get something set up on TikTok. In the meantime, let me just get set up. So, hopefully everyone's having a good weekend. I know I am. I know I'm having a pretty good weekend. So I'm excited for this live stream. A little bit later than I wanted to do it tonight, but I was setting up my Christmas stuff a little bit later than normal. But that's what I was doing earlier today. So we're live on TikTok and YouTube. If you guys want to check out it on TikTok, same name as on YouTube, or vice versa, Crypto Boss Andrew in both places. So with that being said, we're now live in both areas. Let's get started. If you guys have altcoin requests, I will look at them after I look at Bitcoin. All right, so right now Bitcoin is sitting at $16,785. We broke the resistance at $17,500 for a little bit, but you couldn't stay above it. You made this rising wedge right here on Bitcoin, and you dumped to the downside. Right now, sitting at that 16.5 level, which I told you guys on TikTok. If you guys watch my TikTok video, I think it was yesterday. Maybe it was 2 days ago. I said 16.5 was the next support if you don't hold 17.5. You got a small bounce off 16.5, but nothing crazy. So right now, here's the levels to watch out for. I'm going to draw them on the screen. So 17.5, that was very big resistance. You could not get above that 17,500, 17,570 resistance. And now the next support, like I said, is around that 16.5 level, maybe slightly above it. We'll call it 16,550. But that's kind of what we're looking at right now. If you don't get if you get rejected off 75 again, you're probably not going to hold 16.5 again. The more times you test a resistance, the more likely you are to break it. So let's start on the daily chart and work our way down. Daily chart is interesting. Is in an interesting situation right now. Daily chart has reset extremely fast on the daily RSI, which tells me maybe 16.5 will hold. Let's look at the smaller time frames to tell us. The 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart, last time it was oversold. So the 4-hour chart's made a lower low on the RSI on the 4-hour chart, but daily chart to me looks bullish, or is about to look bullish. And the 1-hour chart right now is overbought without getting much of a move to the upside. So basically, this is kind of interesting. The 1-hour chart is saying you didn't get much of a move on the 1-hour chart. So it's saying the 1-hour chart is basically bearish right now, and it's looking like the next stop is a lower low below that 16.5 level. The 4-hour chart made a lower low as well, so that's confirming what the 1-hour chart is saying. And you're also below the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour chart. Same on the 1-hour chart. And the daily chart, though, that looks bullish to me because it reset extremely fast on the RSI, and right now the daily chart is going to make a higher low. So smaller time frames look very bearish, but to me the daily chart is about to get ready to rip, and if it does that, that would confirm a higher low, which would be the start of an uptrend on the macro time frame. So we'll see what happens. Larger time frames look bullish, smaller time frames not so much. Let's go over and look at Bookmap to see what Bookmap is saying. Right now at 16,800, and you have a lot of liquidity down here at $16,000 area. So there's a good chance you go down to that $16,000 area, which would still be a higher low as long as you don't go below 15.5. I believe that was our last local low. I zoom out even more. There's a ton of liquidity in that $15,000 area. So Bookmap is saying more than likely, even though the daily chart looks bullish on Bitcoin, Bookmap is saying the $15,000 area is very likely because there's no liquidity up here. There's no sells up here, but there's a lot of buys down here telling us the market probably wants to go to that level. And it's likely we go to that level. 14,000, there's a lot of orders down there as well. So it's very likely that the daily chart is going to roll over on you based on Bookmap. But according to the technical analysis, it's saying you should get a pump. So it's possible that Bitcoin gets a pump up here and then gets the dump. But usually Bookmap goes where it wants to go first. So Bookmap is saying we're going to dump first. So that's, they're conflicting right now. That's all I can say. So, and you have a lot of liquidity also at 12.5. So Bookmap looks very bearish to me. That's just one way I look at the market to see where the market makers want to go. But also, I use TA, so you have to put two and two together. Usually, they go together, but right now, because the daily chart resets so fast on the RSI, it's kind of conflicting. I will say Bookmap is agreeing with the smaller time frames on Bitcoin, but like the larger time frames, like the daily chart, is not. So my TA would say smaller time frames look bearish, but the daily chart would tell you that you should pump, meaning that we are probably going to hold 16.5. But Bookmap is saying that we're going to crash below 16.5 and go much, much lower. So maybe we get a pump up to 75 one more time before we get that massive dump. That would be more than likely what's going to happen based on what it's looking like. But that's kind of it. So I would be calling right now. I could be wrong. Move to 17.5 and then probably get rejected there, and then you get the massive dump to the downside. Obviously, I'm not saying 12.5 is going to be the next stop. That's going to happen over time, but that's where there's a lot of liquidity on Bitcoin. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now as far as that is concerned. I'm looking for a move back to the upside, at least on the smaller time frames on Bitcoin. Oh my gosh. So if you guys have any requests, let me know. I did look at Radcoin. I just made a video on Radcoin. Usually I just do videos on Jasmy and stuff, but I decided to do one on Rad because it was pumping like crazy. I looked at the 3-day chart, and 3-day chart looked really bearish because it's just a massive downtrend. If I zoom out a little bit, I mean, the all-time high was like $20. But then I zoomed into the 4-hour chart, and if you guys didn't watch the video yet, then I can tell you that the 4-hour chart, especially the 1-hour chart, made a bull flag, and they break to the upside 70% of the time. The measure move is 288. Even if it only goes to 270 or something, that would be a nice move up. Right now at 201, trying to hold that $2 level. Heck, it got a bounce at 180, so that's a higher low. To me, Rad, if I had some money available, I would actually put it into Rad for an 80% move to the up. No, I'm sorry, it'd be a 40% move to the upside because it's at $2. So from $2 to 280, that'd be a 35 to 40% move to the upside. Let's just see. So right now we're at 203, continuing to go higher. Yeah, about 40% move to the upside if it went all the way up there. Considering the all-time high is $20, this could be what's happening. The reason I think it's in a bull flag right now on the 1-hour chart. But if you zoom out to the daily chart, it's in a huge downsloping resistance line. Combined with you have strong support at $1.30. When these two meet, it's going to get a huge move up more than likely because that's a massive falling wedge. So you're in a massive falling wedge on the daily chart, but on the smaller time frames in that massive falling wedge, you also are in a bull flag, both of which are bullish patterns. So to me, I think actually probably Rad is bullish right now. I'm not saying to hold long term, but I am saying for a trade, this could be a good trade setup. Not financial advice, but this is one I'd be looking at. If I had some extra cash, I'd put it into Rad right now. Use proper risk management, and I'll leave it at that. So if you guys have any requests for other coins, let me know, and I'll look at them. I got some coins for you to look at. Okay, shoot them my way. So how's it going? Kelsey West says, how about Chiliz? I've about had waiting on it, and maybe crypto coin or CRO, whatever. I don't know why I said crypto coin. Chiliz should be running the soccer finals and their main net starting up. And Gary wants to look at Jasmy. So we have a few requests. I think Chiliz was the first request. Then someone on TikTok. No one on TikTok requested anything yet. So we'll look at Chiliz. We'll look at CRO, and we'll look at Jasmy, and then that is the list for right now. So let's look at Chiliz. What is Chiliz? CHZ, and it's on Coinbase, so I'm going to use the Coinbase chart. So Kelsey said he's tired of waiting for Chiliz to pump. Well, this is the 3-day chart. I'm going to look at the weekly chart, actually. I just want to see what the macro outlook looks like. So I've looked at this coin before. I don't remember looking at it, but obviously I have prices or price structures of where there's support and resistance. You got a strong bounce off that level at 7.45 cents on Chiliz. So that's definitely a key level of support. You have huge resistance at 23.5 cents. And I thought you had support at 17 cents, but clearly you broke that and you really didn't get a bounce when you tested it again. So right now, this is interesting. So just looking at the daily chart, it is completely oversold and ready for a bounce on Chiliz. It's due for a bounce, really. The 4-hour chart is trying to get the bounce and looking bullish on the 4-hour chart, but you keep making lower highs. So at this point now, if you don't get back above 14.87, which was the last high in the 4-hour chart, you can confirm that you should expect a new low below 11.3. So you had to to be bullish on Chili's and maybe to be bullish on a long position, you would want to break, we'll say 15 cents. If you don't break 15 cents, you should expect a new low. No, probably below 11 cents. So 15 cents has to break to be bullish on it. This seems like a really volatile coin because that's a huge difference, 15 cents and 11 cents. But that's what I'm looking at. 1 hour chart is overbought. You definitely did not break previous high. So the 1 hour chart can probably show you where the 4 hour chart is going to go. So the 1 hour chart got overbought, did not break previous high, meaning that the 4 hour chart's probably going to get overbought again, not break previous high, meaning it's very likely you break 11 cents and the downtrend is not over. But that's what I'm looking at for Chili's. You're well below the 200-day moving average on the 4 hour. You're well below it on the daily. And the 1 hour chart, same thing. So to me, Chili's is not bullish. I wouldn't even want to entertain a long position. But going back to the daily chart, the next support would be that support at 7.4 cents. That is the next level. Unless you get it back above 16.4, you can probably expect 7 cents again. So I don't think it's bad to DCA if you believe in the project, but I'd wait till DCA until you get back to those levels around 7 or 8 cents. So we'll see what happens, but to me, Chili's is not bullish right now. CryptoCoin is the next request, so let's go on to that one. This is on KuCoin, so we'll do it on the KuCoin chart. Looking at the weekly chart for the crypto coin, for the CRO coin, right now, just continuing to make new lows. And that's kind of where we stand right now. The 3-day chart, you're below the 200-day moving average. The RSI is due for a bounce. And the daily chart, same thing. 4-hour chart, let me zoom in a little bit so we can actually see the price action. The 4-hour chart, same thing, below the 200-day moving average. And the 4-hour chart, though, is due for a bounce. So probably, again, you are expecting a bounce on some of these altcoins coming up pretty soon. 1-hour chart, though, is confirming it's looking like you're getting overbought pretty quickly without breaking previous high. Actually, though, if you break 5.7 cents, that would be a higher high in the 1 hour chart. So CryptoCoin could be trying to get a reversal here. So if you break 5.7 before you have the next move down, then actually CryptoCoin could be bullish right now. But you're still well below the 200-day moving average. So I'd be cautious. But CryptoCoin looks a little bit better than Chili's. And the next request was Jasmy. So Jasmy was crashed the other day. I said watch out after you broke this upsloping support line, and after a little bit later you crashed. So 4-hour chart trying to get the bounce. If you don't break 3.0039, you can expect more downside on Jasmy, and you continue to make new lows. So Jasmy's been a coin to be bearish on for the last 6 months or so. And right now, Jasmy is continuing to look awful. I know for some reason, everyone on my channel loves Jasmy. I don't know why, but everyone loves Jasmy. I hate to say it, but Jasmy is just not bullish now, and probably hasn't been in the last year. So there's been some okay moves to the upside, but nothing long-term that is sustainable. So to me right now, you're overbought on the 1 hour chart. It's really this simple. The 1 hour chart is completely overbought, about to roll over, and you're nowhere near a previous high. The previous high, well, I take that back. The 1 hour chart, actually did make a new high. Yeah, it did. It did. So as long as, I take that back. So as long as you stay above 0.00307, actually, technically, Jasmy could be setting up for a nice move to the upside because the 1 hour chart did make a higher high. Now you want to see the higher low. If you break 0.0037 or 0.00307, then you can expect more downside on Jasmy. So here's something I'll draw really quick on Jasmy. That's the upsloping support I would like to see you stay above if you want to be bullish on Jasmy. Meaning, again, you can't really break, even if you break 3.1, to me then it's probably meaning that you're going to go lower. So 3.1 is what bulls have to stay above, in my humble opinion, to stay bullish. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of what I'm looking at for Jasmy. If on the next leg down on the 1 hour chart, Jasmy stays above 3.1, then actually you do have an uptrend forming. I still think on the daily chart, you're not going to make a higher high, but the smaller time frames could have a nice rally, maybe 10-20% or something. We'll see what happens. The next major resistance is 0.004, 0.4 of a penny. So If you are to have a rally, that's probably the next stop. So, which would be about a 20%. No, would it be 20%? It'd be something like that. So, yeah. So, give you a coin. Well, I can't give you a coin to buy right now because I'm not going to give people financial advice. I'm looking at Ragcoin right now. So let me catch up on TikTok. What is your opinion on crypto mining? Funny enough, I might be getting into that. I'm still learning about it, so I can't really tell you. But I am actually looking to buy a miner here probably in the next few months, before the next bull run. Someone wants to look at Strong, Gem, and XRP3L. So XRP3L is just XRP. But I can tell you right now, Strong. I was in Strong Coin. I'm not even gonna look. It's a scam, really. I'll say with this, Strong Coin is a pyramid scheme, so I'm not gonna look at that. I invested in that, and I shouldn't have. So I didn't. Yeah, too good to be true. It probably is. I'll just say that. I don't know what Gem is. And XRP, I can look at XRP. That's one I'll look at. Ethereum, I did a video on where I see Ethereum going in the next few years, but like next bull run, well, let's go over and look at XRP first. So XRP, KuCoin. So XRP, below the 200-day moving average on the daily chart, although the RSI is due for a bounce. 4-hour chart. Made a new low below the 200-day moving average and the 1-hour chart. Below the 200-day moving average and the 1-hour chart. The 1-hour chart did not break a previous high, so the 1-hour chart's bearish. This is a massive downtrend, nothing new to look at. So XRP right now is still not time to buy. What else was I going to look at? Ethereum. Ethereum was the next one on my list. So Ethereum long term, I know I've already done a video about this. You just got rejected off of resistance at 1314. I might as well make a video out of this. Why not? So Ethereum, let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum right now just got rejected off of $1,300, and it's coming lower. The next stop is definitely, you already have 2 tests of this support recently, and further back you have a few more tests of it. But on the 3-day chart, you already had 2 tests of it, of the support at 1075. The more times you test the support, the more likely you are to break it. So you could see a small bounce there, but I don't expect to retest at 1300 because I would just expect this to eventually break 1075. So the question was on my live stream, where do I see Ethereum going long term? I'll answer that, but short term, I want to answer where it's going really soon. And if you don't hold 1075, Ethereum is setting up for a capitulation probably to 878, which was a previous low of this bear market. That's definitely a bounce point. 878 would be the next top, in my humble opinion, if you don't hold 1075, which the more times you test our support, the more likely you are to break it. So 878 is very possible and likely, especially if Bitcoin makes a new low. That's where I'd be watching next. Now, where do I see Ethereum long term? I'm more bullish for a percentage gain in Ethereum than I am Bitcoin. And let's just go to the weekly chart. So this is kind of how I'm going to do this. To give you guys an idea of where I believe Ethereum is going to go in the next bull run, let's go full screen on Ethereum. And let's just do a percentage gain on Ethereum. This is on the weekly chart, so each candle is 1 week. Ethereum right now, okay. Last bear market, Ethereum was at literally $67. And then it had a nice move all the way up. I don't know where my long position is right now, but I would like to find it. I don't know what's going on with that. But Ethereum went all the way from $67 all the way up to $48.65. So I guess we can just use a calculator. $1,875 divided by $67 being the low. That's a 72x. I think over time you're going to get diminishing returns, but that's what Ethereum did in the last bear market. So if you were to get a 72x on Ethereum right now, and just say it's going to make a new low, and say we go down to like $800, and say you have diminishing returns, right? So say it's only a 50x. I would not be surprised if Ethereum got close to $40,000. My range that I've said before is 20 to 30,000, but 40,000 could be very possible. So I would say the next bull run, 20 to 30,000 is possible for Ethereum, but that's a super rough estimate, right? So that's kind of where I see Ethereum going. I'm bullish on Ethereum. I am investing in Ethereum, Cardano, and Bitcoin for the next bull run. But that's my prediction long-term on Ethereum. If you guys enjoyed this video, I appreciate if you like and subscribe. If you guys don't like this video, then just make sure you hit that dislike button twice, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So that's my prediction on Ethereum. What is Biconomy? Appreciate you, bro. Hope you have a great holiday. I hope you do too, Kelsey, and I hope everyone does, right? I just set up my Christmas tree today. I'm getting in that holiday spirit. Is Biconomy I'm assuming it's a coin. We can look. BICO. I don't know what the ticker is. Is it BICO maybe? Let me know if it's BICO. If that's it, I'll look at it, but it looks horrible. So, yeah, I don't know. Appreciate the follows. One Bitcoiner. How about you ask this question? Because I think these are going to be a better comparison. 1 Bitcoin or 32 Ethereum. Because you need 32 Ethereum, I believe, to stake it on certain platforms. And that's always the question I ask myself. Do I want 1 Ethereum or do I want 32? Do I want 1 Bitcoin or 32 Ethereum? Personally, I would rather have 32 Ethereum. If you're asking me for 1 Bitcoin or 15 Ethereum, I would say 1 Bitcoin. That's my answer to that question. When do you see the next bull run market conservatively? 2025. So, I'm putting my phone back down. 2025. I don't think it's going to be that far away, but everyone has their own opinion. But if you just think about the 4-year cycle, right? We're in a bear market right now. Typically, bear markets last no more than about 2 years. You have the halving happening next summer, I believe, and I think I might have to double check that. I believe the halving is about to happen the next year, and I think it's going to happen sometime in early April, I think, but that can change. I might be wrong about that. If anyone knows, let me know. But I believe the halving is happening in early April. Then Bitcoin and crypto goes sideways for about 6 to 12 months, and then that's when you start to get the price accumulation. So hypothetically, if I am right about it happening in early April, let's just look at my calendar. Can I go? So right now it's December, right? You have January 2023, that's 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it's March. So maybe the halving is happening in a year and 4 months. I don't know. I'd have to check on that. But I would say if it's in a year and 4 months, then after whenever the halving is, I would expect the next bull run to start within 6 to 12 months of that. So if it's this year, then the bull market will start in the next year. If it's not for another year and a half, then I would expect the next bull market and price accumulation to start in about 2 years. That's what happened after the last halving. You had the last halving in April, I believe it was, and then Bitcoin and crypto went sideways for 6 to 12 months, or maybe it went up slowly, but then you went parabolic about a year after the halving. So about 6 to 12 months after the halving is when I expect the next bull market to start. So yeah, that would be that'd be my guess. 6 to 12 months after whenever that halving happens. We've been in this bear market though a year and a half. So I would definitely say I think end of this year we're going to get very close to the bottom, and probably probably within the next year, I'm expecting price accumulation to start. Even if it's a slow move to the upside, I expect the bottom to be in within the next 3 to 6 months of right now. So that's my prediction on that. And it is, so the ticker for this one is BIC. It's on Binance. This is the same coin. Okay. Why? Why? Why am I looking at this one, Gary? Why am I looking at this? This thing is going straight down. It's just going straight down. There's nothing to look at. It's just in a massive, massive downtrend. I mean, there's nothing to look at. It just keeps making lower highs, I should say, and lower lows. So, yeah. Obviously, you get the small movement up in price and make higher lows and higher highs for a while. But the macro picture on the daily chart and weekly chart is in a massive downtrend. So, to me, this doesn't look very good. Just the daily chart is oversold now. Maybe trying to make a double bottom, we'll see. But as of right now, this doesn't look very good. But this is trying to make a double bottom. And what I will say about this is when you have an downsloping resistance line and a support line, that's a massive falling wedge. And at some point, this is going to break out parabolically. But for right now, it still looks bearish, especially if you lose 25.7. If you can hold 25.7 for the next few days, especially the next few weeks, actually, then I do think this is about to break out. But for right now, it still is not ready to buy. Maybe, I'll say this. If you break this downsloping resistance line, then you have a case. So we'll say this. If it breaks 30 cents, maybe watch it again. Not saying if it breaks 30 cents, it's bullish. But I would say if you break 33 cents, then you're bullish again. So that's what I'm looking at for right now. BICO looks very bearish long term, but I could see a breakout coming pretty soon if you break 33 cents again. So that's my analysis on that, because it is probably in a massive falling wedge. If this support can hold, then you have support conversion with resistance. That's a key. That's a recipe for a nice move to the upside. But overall, this is not one I'd invest in, just because the chart overall looks horrible. So we'll see what happens. But TA does say you should get maybe a move to the upside pretty soon. If there's any other requests, let me know and I'll look at them. Loan me money. How about you grant me money? I'm okay. Will you look at Duress, please? Just the past 6 months, think we are reversing. Do you have the ticker for that? I've never heard that coin before. Would you buy Illuvium? I'm not going to buy something that I don't know or that I don't understand. So if I did research, maybe, but I have no idea what it is. So let me know the tickers on those, and I'll look at them. But, yeah, that's kind of DERC, okay? DERC. It's on KuCoin, so thank God it's on KuCoin, because then I trust it a little bit more. Do you want me to look the last 6 months? It's only been out since October. November, December. Are you the same person that said 6 months? It's a horse racing play to earn. Okay, well, the chart looks really bad. Daily chart's due for a bounce. The 4-hour chart, you are above the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour chart. You're overbought right now. Did not break previous highs, so 4-hour chart to me on the RSI is bearish. The 200-day moving average is a bullish thing, though. 1-hour chart. What in the world is going on in the 1-hour chart? I almost want to say that's a bull flag, but that's just going sideways, and that doesn't... This part looks bullish to me, like a bull flag, kind of. I don't really like what I'm seeing here. Let me go to the 15-minute chart and look at this. You're just going sideways. This is like a massive bear flag. Because, well, it's not really a bear. I don't know. It just doesn't look good. You can't get above that price level. That's not a good sign. But you're also like, Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of interesting. To me, this isn't looking very juicy for a move to the upside. That's like a falling wedge, but now you're just going sideways. That is just really, that probably tells me there's almost no liquidity, so I'd stay away from it. But that's kind of weird. Yeah, this is one I would not touch. And then the other ticker was ILV, which is on Binance. Okay. Daily chart. Let's look at the daily chart. Daily chart. Actually, we're going to start on the weekly so I can get an idea of where this is going. Which, oh my God. Which it looks like it's going straight down. Oh my God. There's no point even drawing that. It's just straight down. The 4-hour chart, let me look. Actually, we'll go on the daily. So, below the 200-day moving average, which is that yellow line, maybe try to make a double bottom here on the daily chart, around $40. The 4-hour chart right now, overbought, did not break previous high. You're still below the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour chart. And 1-hour chart, same thing. So I would, this looks horrible. This might be the worst coin that someone has suggested tonight. All right. So, hey, I appreciate the suggestions, but this one it's just going straight down. I don't know why people would want to buy a coin that's going straight down. I mean, seriously, it just doesn't look good. It does not look good. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for whoever requested this, but I can't be bullish on this thing. If anything, I'd want to short this, be bearish on it. That's what I want to do. So, would I buy HBAR? I told you the ones I'm buying: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and maybe some altcoins. HBAR is not one of them. It's not a bad project. I just don't know a lot about it. But it's not one I would invest in. I don't even know it's not one I would invest in. I'll just leave it at that. I'm gonna limit my portfolio to just a few coins. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, those are the main three, and then maybe a few altcoins, but HBAR would not be on my list. If I am going to limit it, if I'm going to add a few coins besides those three, maybe it'd be coins staking where I can earn passive income staking it, like Tezos. That would be one I would buy, and other ones like that. Now, the reason I'm not buying Tezos this bull run like I did last time is because, yes, you can stake and make money on it, but Tezos did not perform very well at all in the last bull market. So you can make more money just buying coins where you can't earn staking, but there's more upside potential. So, but though I don't think it's a bad idea to own coins where you can make passive income. But yeah, HBAR would not be on my list. So I'm baffled. It's intriguing. So anyways, if there's any other requests, let me know. I will be live at some point this next week. My plan is to make it Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time when I usually try to go live. But otherwise, if it's not that day, if it's not Tuesday, then it will be sometime before next Saturday. So at some point next week, I'm planning on being Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. But if it's not then, for whatever reason, I'll let you guys know on my Telegram group. I do have a Telegram group. Feel free to join. That's free to join. And I might do a giveaway pretty soon in that Telegram group to get more active. So feel free to join that, and I might announce a giveaway in that group pretty soon. But anyways, I'm planning on going live Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Next, if it's not, then it definitely will be sometime before Saturday. So I'll go live at some point next week, as well as my weekend stream. So that's kind of my plan going forward for the next week, as well as obviously a few videos throughout the week. And I post some videos throughout the week on TikTok, just talk about the Bitcoin price levels to watch out for. So make sure you subscribe to both places. So, oh my God, this is so annoying. Would I buy Bitcoin right now? Looking at what I've gone over and going back to Bitcoin, I think it's a good idea to start dollar cost averaging in. But if you're asking me if I think the bottom's in, the answer would be no. So, Bookmap is saying we could go much lower. 85% correction from the all-time highs, just below 10,000. There's a lot of reasons to think that that the bottom's not in yet. Because there's just a lot of reasons. You can't hold 20,000, which was a while ago, but usually you don't lose the previous. Usually you don't leave the previous high of the last bull market, and you did that this time, breaking 20K. So to me, The next step would be 10K, which would be an 85% correction. Also, usually Bitcoin gets bigger gains in the bull market, and a lot of people are expecting way higher prices than 69,000. But because you only went to 69,000, I would expect an 85% correction from there. Would be, let me see what the price it would be on that. So Bitcoin went to $69,000. Usually Bitcoin has an 85% correction in the bear markets. 85% minus 69,000. Okay, maybe it'd be so I'm looking for $10,350 would be the price to probably go all in at. Not financial advice, but that's what a lot of people might do. So maybe you buy in a little bit higher. Try to outsmart everyone, buy in at 10.5 or 11, but I'm not saying it's going that low, but that would make sense if it did go up to $10,000. If it had a wick to 10,000, I wouldn't be surprised. So I don't think the low's in on Bitcoin. But I think if you're holding for the next 5 to 10 years, or even for the next 2 to 4 years until the bull market top is in, then I think it's a good idea to start dollar cost averaging in. But that's just what I believe. That's my opinion, right? So I could be wrong. Oh my God. All right. OP. You want me to look at OP? OP. Sure. What? Okay. We'll do OP. It's on Binance. Oh my God. Okay, my timer went off. So, anyways, OP right now. I don't know what that timer was for. Okay, this is interesting. What's going on with OP? This is on the 3-day chart, so this is a massive time frame, but there is something brewing here. Yeah, that's interesting. Look at that. Something's about to happen here with OP. Let's go to the daily chart and see what's going on. This is getting really tight. You have a downsloping resistance line, but you also have an upsloping support line. This thing is about to moon, and that's like a symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical triangles break to the upside 50% of the time, and they break to the downside 50% of the time. So let's zoom out again and go back to the 3-day chart and just get a price measurement for both ways, right? So we got 1 and we got 2. So you take it from the top of the triangle to the bottom, or wherever the bottom of the price action is. So the bottom of the price action, the lowest point was 39 cents, 39.7, and the highest price was about $2.22. So what you do now is you take it from wherever you think the triangle is about to end, and you take it over here to the upside. So now you have, because it's a 50-50 percent chance you go to the upside or downside in a symmetrical triangle, I would just do this, right? Measure move to the upside. If it wants to break to the upside, is almost $3. So we'll call it $2.90. And measure move to the downside would be negative 83 cents. So here's what you can rule out. Because it would be a negative target, you can probably rule out that one. Not saying it can't go lower, but it's more likely you go to the upside because the downside is in the negatives. That can't happen. So 290 is pretty much the price range or price target on OP. That's what I look out for. If you guys enjoyed this video, appreciate if you like and subscribe. I might do one more request, but otherwise I'm gonna get on out of here. So next time I plan on being live will be next week. So make sure you subscribe so you know when I go live. Also be in the Telegram group. And like I said, I might do a giveaway pretty soon in that Telegram group. So make sure you're in there. So with that being said, guys, that's kind of all I got. Bitcoin short-term 1-hour chart and 4-hour chart look bullish, but the daily chart... Oh, no, the daily chart looks bearish. Smaller time frames look bearish. So let's see what happens. I'm expecting to move back to 17.5 and then a strong rejection. Then I think you're going to break 16.5. So that's what I think is Bitcoin's going to do. If you guys enjoy this, appreciate if you like and subscribe. If you don't like it, make sure you hit that dislike button twice. And I will wrap it up and leave it at that. I will see you guys in the next live stream. Have a great weekend, everyone. And yeah, I'll see you guys pretty soon here.